Forgive me, YouTube, for I have sinned. It's been 2 weeks since my last weigh-in. All right, hello everybody. It is Sunday officially, right? Yeah, it's like 1:30 in the morning. I can't sleep. But it's Sunday, and that means it's time for my weekly weigh-in. And I did not do a weigh-in video last week, and also my hair's a mess, so sorry, I'm gonna be distracted trying to make it look cute in the middle of doing this. I knew I had gained weight last week, and I was already upset by it, and I didn't want to get more upset by stepping on the scale and seeing the actual number. In theory, that was a good idea, because a lot of times when I step on the scale, I get more upset, and it doesn't go so well. But unfortunately, I kind of need that little wake-up call, because I proceeded to have another bad week, and I stepped on the scale a little bit ago. Keeping in mind, I haven't slept yet. I honestly haven't slept hardly at all in the past 3-4 weeks. I'm battling hardcore insomnia. In case you haven't been able to tell by my videos that I post or that I record at like 4:30 in the morning. But so all of this past week, it's been horrible. I will say, side note, just because first time I'm actually looking at it head on, I like the adjustments I made to this shirt. Like, I slashed these, I slashed this because I have a temporary tattoo that is staying really well. It's been there for over a week now. And I'm like, I want to see that through the shirt. Eventually I want to get that tattoo there. But that's neither here nor there. A lot's been going on, so I will get into what the actual weigh-in number is. Just spoiler, it's horrible. It's worse than it should be, but not as bad as I thought, but I over-exaggerated with my bad as I thought thing. But so anyway, let's get into what's been going on with me, and I'll post right here the minute mark of when I actually do the weigh-in if you want to just skip ahead. But so I don't even know where to begin, y'all. Like, I have had so much going on in my life, and it's been a whirlwind. And so guys, you know, like, I came out as non-binary. That's one major development. I mean, I'm not doing, you don't have to have a specific look to be non-binary. So, like, it's not like all of a sudden every day I'm going to be, you know, in full makeup and long hair and blah, blah, blah. Sometimes it'll just be like this. I mean, I am wearing a skirt, but, you know, that's just because it's comfy. But so that was a big step. Admitting that to myself, admitting that to everyone was a huge step. But I have been, and you guys know, that's why I took a 3-month break. I have been battling some major emotional and mental issues. I started going to a doctor. The doctor has now referred me to a psychiatrist. I also see a therapist twice a week. I have a lot going on in my head. And I finally have a diagnosis, and I have mixed feelings about it. So my psychiatrist officially diagnosed me with bipolar disorder. He didn't say type 1, type 2. Looking into it, it's obvious that it's type 2. But I have mixed feelings. It's a lot to process. Looking back at my life, it's obvious. Like, it's one of those words like, oh yeah, if I knew anything about bipolar disorder before now, it's obvious that I have that. But I do struggle a lot with that because, sorry, my cat is wanting to say hi. Hi, Ghost. He's wanting to play, so he's going to get violent. Not violent, but, you know, aggressive. But I always had this image of what I thought bipolar meant. I thought it meant, you know, extreme manic episodes where, you know, you're going nonstop for 24 hours, you're party mode, you think you're amazing, this super high sense of confidence, gambling, let's take a midnight trip to Vegas, crazy intense. I don't mean crazy as like insulting, but like super intense levels of mania. And then followed that up with the extreme depression. So, and I was like, that's not me. Because I was diagnosed with bipolar before, but it was by a crappy doctor that I didn't like, that gave me medication that I reacted horribly to, and he refused to see me until it had been, you know, the 5 week or whatever it was, and it was like week 2 or week 3, and I was like legit losing my mind. And so I didn't believe him. I stopped the medication. I didn't go back to him. Ironically enough, the psychiatrist that I go to now is in the same office that doctor was in. I don't know if he's still there, but I went in there. I'm like, this is looking a little familiar. Like maybe my mom went here or something. And then I get to the desk. They're like, oh, you were here like 11 years ago with a Dr. Turner. I'm like, oh, that's the one bad experience I had. So that's ironic or interesting. But this doctor, he actually broke it down. He actually gave me a pamphlet, and I could have, we live in the day of Google. I could have researched myself in the past, but he gave me a pamphlet and he broke it down and explained that it doesn't have to be the extreme. It can be like legit little signs of mania, like having insomnia, like having, you guys know I struggle with money, like impulse buying or like extreme phases of like high shopping, let's just say. And I've been experiencing a lot of that lately, and especially the insomnia. Like honestly, this is the worst insomnia I've had in a very long time, because there have been periods where there's a few days with literally not a minute of sleep and not feeling tired. It'd be different like when I'm in my more depressive mode, I can have insomnia, but I'm tired all the time. Versus now, I have hardly any sleep. Like last night, I think I got like 2 hours, 3 hours of sleep, and I feel okay, almost wired. And so that's it. That's a huge sign. Having issues controlling weight, having issues controlling impulses, and things like that are all huge signs of bipolar disorder. There's a lot more. I'm not going to get into it. This isn't an educational video on bipolar disorder, but that has been a lot for me to process. And I get mixed feelings. I was talking about this with my therapist, where like I'm a little relieved because I have a diagnosis, all these things, and this attributes to so many factors of my life: the impulse buying, the disorganization, the I have a list, a bunch of stuff about my life that I thought I was just a horrible person because I couldn't do, or because I was bad at, or because I did do this specific thing. So I'm a little bit relieved, but at the same time, like with mental illnesses, it's so weird. If you had told me that I had kidney disease, well, actually, I probably still would end up trying to blame myself on that one but cancer. Let's say cancer. Let's say it wasn't lung cancer because, I used to smoke. So let's say I had skin cancer. I would not feel ashamed. I would not feel guilt. I would not feel embarrassed. It's a fact of life. And it sucks, but you do what you got to do. Or any other terminal illness. I have a coworker with Crohn's. No reason to feel guilt or shame or embarrassment about that. But a mental illness, for whatever reason, I do. I feel embarrassed. I feel ashamed. I feel like something's wrong with me. I mean, technically it's an illness, but like, you know what I mean? Like, it's very hard to accept. So hopefully I get over that. And like I said, there is some relief knowing that there's a cause, and when there's a cause, there can be treatment. So I have started medication for it. I've also started medication for sleeping, and none of it's working, except for that Ambien episode that I told you guys about. But my trazodone, he upped to 100 milligrams, and so far, nothing. The medication for the bipolar, supposed to take at night because it's supposed to make you sleepy, doesn't. I mean, I fall asleep, but I do not stay asleep. So we'll see on that route. It's gonna be a long process, and this is what stresses me out about the medication aspect. It is a matter of trial and error and finding what works. And I guess that is true with a lot of different types of medication, but especially with mental health medication. What works for one person does not work for everybody. What works for 10 people doesn't work for 11 people. So I'm trying one, Depakote, in case you guys want to know, and seeing how that goes. I've literally been on it just since, well, for a few days now, because I was fighting with the dang Walgreens. Well, not really their fault, but somewhere along the lines, the medication prescriptions that he sent over, they weren't getting, and then they finally got it, but they got 2 of them, and so it was a big, complicated thing. So either way, I've only been on it for a few days, so it's too soon to tell if it's going to do anything. But I'm hopeful. Between that and therapy, I'm really, really hopeful. I'm really trying, guys. I'm really, really trying. I'm doing everything. My therapist says all the time, I'm putting in the work. And that's all we can ask. So, like I said, a lot has been going on. Insomnia, bipolar, non-binary. Sorry, my brain's like all over the place. All of that stuff, major changes have been going on. Major realizations have been going on. Not to mention work stress. We're still extremely short-staffed. We need help. Like, we are super busy, which is wonderful. Wonderful for me, because that means I'm making money. And if I can get my act together, I can actually pay bills. I can actually make some savings if I can get my act together. But we need extra help. So I'm working right now 6 days a week, some days 7, or some weeks 7 days a week. And a lot of them are long shifts. So there's just a lot on my plate right now. I can't really express it fully because it still doesn't seem like a lot saying it out loud, but there's more detail to it than just that. So with that, my eating has not been good. Like, in fact, the last week, it's been horrible. Like, the week before, I didn't do great. There were emotional binges. This week, it's been emotional binges, and I don't give a F binges, if that makes sense. Where it's like, yeah, I'm going to eat a donut. Because I want to. The freaking box of Lucky Charms sitting next to my couch. Because I ate it all today. I've had a lot of bad choices. And I'm owning up to them. I'm confessing them on here, hence the little silly, confessional type greeting for this video. And I'm officially saying it's time for it to stop. I've had my mourning period. I've had my time to mope and be depressed and all that. I'm still depressed, don't get me wrong. Like, that's still going on. But it's time to get my act together on certain things. So, like, I literally have a schedule for this week as far as cleaning my apartment, getting my laundry done, organizing this freaking place, because I still haven't since my roommate moved out. Side note, found out that the landlord's probably going to be selling this place in a year. So that's cool. But I'm working on that. And on this is times to be doing yoga. Double benefit of that. One, obviously, we know how much from when I was doing it last year or earlier this year. I think it was last year. How it really works the body. So it's a great workout, but there's a meditative factor to it too that will help me mentally. So most of my exercise and activity that I'm going to be implementing will be yoga, Once I do get that spare room set up, I will be able to easily do it in there. Or this room is large enough very easily that I can have my TV up there and easily, one second. Alexa, living room on.
Okay.
Turning off my lights on me. But I can easily do it in here. I have all of the yoga equipment that I need. So I'm going to be implementing that, as well as just times to be doing everything. So I literally wrote like what my work hours are, after work what's going on, like Sunday's D&D. So let's not look at that day. Let's just look at Monday, for example. This is including times that I am in my car going to and from work. So work from 8:30 until 6:30. And so then I put from 7 to 8, do the dishes, clean the bathroom. From 9 to 9:30/10, depending on which yoga I'm doing, is yoga. Easy peasy, but it's there in black and white. So I know, hey, this is what I want to do. And I have stuff like all that. And the big day, Tuesdays that I'm off, that's my one day off, but that also means it's harder to behave food and calorie wise. I literally have listed living room from 8:30 a.m. till 9:30 a.m. Cleaning it, organizing it. Kitchen 10:30 to 11:30. Throughout the day, laundry and dishes. From 12:30 to 1:30/2, work on my actual bedroom. And then yoga from 3:33 to 3:30/4. And then I have therapy from 7 to 8. So that does give me a few hour window between 4 and 7 where I don't have stuff planned. But that's when I can do some stuff with some friends, like play some video games, chill out, whatever. Hopefully behave calorie-wise. Yeah, so I have that I'm implementing. And I haven't worked out a specific food thing because you guys know I know what to eat. I know how to eat properly. I've lost a ton of weight. I just need to get back in the habit. And creating these habits will really help with that. All right, so the actual numbers, if you want to get into that and be as depressed as I am about it. But not really. I say that, but like I know I'll lose it again. It's just I had gotten to the 100-pound mark. I was there. Not even a month ago. But so I stepped on the scale. Granted, again, this is after a day of being awake and eating, after having a freaking, it's on the floor, box of Lucky Charms for dinner on top of having like an actual dinner. So if I slept properly and all that stuff, it'd probably be less in the morning, but we're going with this. Either way, 297.4 pounds. 297. I almost got back to the 300-pound mark, which I really would have been depressed about. So in the past 2 weeks, I gained 17.2 pounds. I was jokingly saying earlier I probably gained 20 pounds. I didn't realize how close to that I was. I am still down 79.4 pounds total, which is still great. That's almost 80 pounds. But you guys know, you guys are all on weight loss journeys, most of you. You understand my feelings when I say I'm proud of that. And I'm not letting the weight gain get to me too much, but it still bothers me when I was at the 100-pound mark and now it's less than 80 pounds. So mixed feelings, but I'm determined. I am over my little hissy fit that I've had this last 2 weeks. Not to mention, now that I've shaved my beard and I can see my my extra chins. Go. Stop it. Stop it. Hey, sir. He doesn't listen to me. He's trying to get into something. But yeah, I shaved it, and when I first shaved it, I had no double chin. Pause. Sorry about that. He was not letting it go. But so when I first shaved, I had no double chin. That was why I shaved. I was like, I want to see, plus the non-binary thing. But I also wanted to see like where the double chin is, which I mean, it's not all here like it was, because this was all the time, like da, 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 da. So it's definitely not there. But now these 17 pounds went right here, I think. Okay, that's weird. But anyway, sorry, long video. I'm kind of distracted. I'm kind of all over the place. Hopefully this doesn't come off as weird. If it does, welcome to my life. But yeah, so I'm determined again. I'm back on track. I am going to get my shit together and get this weight back off. Get my organization going. Trying to piece my life together as much as I can for now. So yeah, that's all we can do in life, right, guys? All we can do is do the work, show up, and do what we can do. That's what I'm trying to do. So that's all. Thanks for watching. Sorry about the delay in the videos. I may or may not do an imperfect foods video this week. It really depends on finances. I might have to pause the things. I should have done them this week, but I was just so exhausted when I got off work that I just didn't feel like it. I just didn't have it in me. So either way, I'll do something else this week. We'll see what it is, but I'll do something. All right, so thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, give me some encouragement, all that jazz, and I will talk to you all later.